Senator, I'd like to talk about a couple issues happening here in the United States. You've said in the past that the next Republican leader in the Senate has got to be somebody that can work with Donald Trump and his team, whatever happens in 2024. Is that person you?
No. No. I like my job. I could play more golf in this job than I could in the other job. No, I'm not looking to be the Republican leader. I like the job I have. The bottom line is just common sense. The most consequential Republican in the nation is Donald Trump. Republicans like what he did as president. They would like to see him run again. Count me in that camp. And if you can't work with the leader of the party on a common American first agenda, you won't be successful in the House or the Senate as a leader. McConnell and Trump did some great things working together during President Trump's presidency. Can that be created? I hope so. But I'm telling you right now, if you're going to run to be leader of the Republican Senate in 2022, you got to have a working relationship with the most powerful Republican in the country, and that is Donald Trump.
Senator, we're about 9 days from the opening ceremonies of the Beijing Olympics. Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has called them the genocide games or the Wuhan Olympics. I want to play you a soundbite from Bob Costas about us going over to Beijing and celebrating with the Chinese. Take a listen.
No one could have anticipated COVID, no matter what the venue is, but the IOC deserves all of the disdain and disgust that comes their way for going back to China yet again. They were in Beijing in 2008. They go to Sochi in 2014. They're shameless about this stuff. And so this takes place not only amid COVID games of a year ago, but as you mentioned, the restrictions on press freedom and the sense that everyone there is being monitored in some way.
Senator, what's your take on this? Should we really send our delegation of athletes to China and give the Chinese this great win for their economy? And it also gives them a bunch of prestige on the world stage.
I can't believe that an international organization dedicated to fair play would pick China to play. What's fair about China? Do you want to live there? I don't want to live there. The Uyghurs are being put in concentration camps. There's no freedom of press. They've destroyed the agreement they had with Hong Kong. So what you do is you're legitimizing the Chinese Communist government when they do not deserve it. In 1936, when we allowed Hitler to host the Olympic Games, it gave him some legitimacy he did not deserve and made World War II more likely. So it's a huge mistake to pick this communist dictatorship to host the world to play Olympic Games supposedly fairly. So I just think we live in the 1930s, guys. I have never seen such weakness in the face of tyranny. The Iranians are about to break out to get a bomb. This is a nightmare for our friends in Israel. If the Iranian Ayatollah ever had a nuclear weapon, he would share it with terrorists, and they would kill as many of us as they could. I miss Donald Trump. We need a strong president.
Senator, we have only about a minute left. I want to ask you, because you're alluding to crises around the world because of this weakness. We've just seen this week now the Houthi rebels taking missile actions against the UAE. I can't believe we're even talking about this. Abu Dhabi getting bombed. And what's the reaction from the Senate? This is literally a spiraling crisis of weakness.
Well, if we were in charge of the Senate as Republicans, we could do more and would do more. So the bottom line here is the weapons that the Houthis are using against the UAE and Saudi Arabia come from Iran. Iran is the largest state sponsor of terrorism. They've not gotten better, they've gotten worse. And Biden is hell-bent on getting back into a bad agreement that would be a nightmare for Israel. Putin's walking over Biden like he's a doormat. The Chinese are threatening Taiwan literally every day. Our border is broken. It's just a matter of time before somebody in Afghanistan works their way through the southern border to kill a bunch of us. This is the most dangerous time since the 1930s, and it goes back to Afghanistan.
Yeah, we just found out that there were 14 people on terror watch lists that crossed the southern border illegally in 2021, and the left tried to minimize that, saying, well, it's only 14. Well, guess what? On 9/11, there were 13 hijackers, and those are only the terrorists that we know about. So it's an unbelievable number. Senator Lindsey Graham, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for being with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Senator.